Hey guys, welcome back to OceanGemTarot. I am back with another message for you guys. Let me turn that down. All right. So I guess like the notifications and stuff are just going out. But I have a story. So I was watching this thing. Sorry about the shaking. Yesterday, and this dude bought a. I don't know. Hey Jamie. Good morning. So this guy he bought like this storage unit for $150, right? Because it was on auction, which is really cool. But there was a lot of stuff in there. And my thing is, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Hey, Raven. But there was all this old stuff. And to me, if you're buying storage units, you want to be knowledgeable about the things that you're buying, right? And he's like doing the prices and this, that, and the other. But there was all this old, like Civil War bullets and some that dated back since before then. And like his valuing of everything in this storage unit was so wrong. And he didn't even know kind of like what he was looking at, which I mean, some things I can understand, but there was these old fossils in it. Hey, Davey. And I'm really big into like, I go rock hounding for those of you that don't know. I'm big on like collecting my own crystals and I utilize them in my artwork and fossils. I have a house full of fossils. This is one of them. It's one of my favorites just because I was speaking about this. I brought it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a baby dinosaur, an egg. And I just love it. And I call him Tiny. And he sits on my vanity and I don't know. I love it. Hey, Stacy B. And so he's valuing these things and he doesn't know there was this really cool, and it was a part of a tusk, but it was like huge. It was like this big, but you can tell it wasn't fully grown. And he's like, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's some kind of antler. And it wasn't an antler at all. He has all these fossils. He had so much money and he's valuing them at like $10 or zero or anything at all. And I'm like, this dude is sitting on a gold mine and he doesn't even realize what he's looking at, right? The only thing of value that he thought he had a value is like, oh, well, this made it all worth it. And it was a Rolex. Okay, cool. But you can tell that he had gotten a storage unit that was probably from like some dude that was like really big into history and like historian. You can tell it would be in like an older guy. Maybe the guy passed away. I don't know. And that could be why like his family didn't know that he had this storage unit, so it went unpaid. I mean, you could just tell from all the relics that was inside of it. This dude, things were worth so much money, and he didn't even realize like what it is that he was looking at. And so that made me think, like, what are all the things around us that like you may not realize what you're looking at because you don't do the time to educate yourself on it, right? What opportunities could you be passing up because you don't spend the time to look things up or read or educate yourself on the things that are around you. Maybe it's because I'm a Gemini. I'm really big into knowledge. I look everything up. I dig, like I do research. I watch stuff on it. I'm just nerdy that way. It's just me. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. That was just my story. It boggled my mind. For some reason, it disturbed my peace, so I turned it off. And I was like, man, if I could got my hands on that storage unit, or if I knew who this guy was, and like maybe I had met him or knew of him, like 9 months prior, whenever he posted this, let me buy some of that stuff off you. Shit, I'll give you $10 and then resell it for thousands. I mean, it is what it is. He was sitting on a freaking literally probably well over $100,000 worth of stuff. And some of those fossils were probably more than that Rolex. It was just wicked. It was absolutely wicked that, I don't know, to me, if you're going to go into a profession, why not do some research on the different things that you might find, or maybe a little bit more research after you find them. I mean, I know I have tons and tons and tons of fossils here. And it's kind of like I've had people offer me money for them, but to me, I want to know the history behind it. So like, if any of you guys are paleontologists out there, hit me up because I have a lot of cool shit. And there's also, I haven't figured out how to move it yet. I know there's neither here nor there, and probably it doesn't relate at all to our message. But yeah, so there's this huge rock, right? It has fossilized Tyrannosaurus Rex feet in it, like feet prints. And I wanted it at my house so bad. And it's right by the creek on this land that I grew up on. But I haven't figured out how to get it away from the stream, right? Because you can get like these tools to lift it. But the thing is, pulling it, because the ground is, it's like creek ground bed. So everything's going to sink because it's literally probably like, I don't know, 600, 800 plus pounds. It's a huge rock and has these huge like Tyrannosaurus Rex feet prints in it. And I want it at my house so bad I can't stand it. But I still haven't figured out a way to get it here. Like my kid's dad has a truck, but the thing is, like once I could get it, if I can get it on the solid ground, like I'd be cool. I'd pull that bitch out, right? But there's a huge hill and it's grainy, right? So yeah, I don't know if anybody of you guys have construction equipment that can make it through trails, then let me know. Yeah. I know, I'm weird, but it is what it is. I just thought it was cool, and that was my story. And then you guys got to meet Tiny. So yeah. Also, for some reason, I brought this with me. I had found it on one of my little adventures. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know why I just went blank on the mineral, but I did. So it might be significant to you, and it might come to me. Brain damage is what it is. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. So now we're going to get into the message and see what Spirit has for us today. That was funny. That flung out. Trapped in fear in the upright. I feel like some of you guys might be stuck in your head about things going on, but just remember, we're going through a huge transition right now, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So just be patient. What else do we have for the collective? We have power and reverse. I feel like we need one more on that. And then truth. I feel like some of you guys need to recognize the truth that's within your power and just be a little patient, right? And get out of your head. I feel like there's a lot of movement right now. There's a lot of different transitions right now. I feel like we're kind of moving on from the people we were to who we're supposed to be, especially with all the cycles and the planetary cycles. Right now, a lot of things are, especially in March, I think like 7 planets, maybe more, are going into mutable signs. So it's a lot of self-reflection, a lot of things of what do we need to work on within ourselves that a lot of people don't really want to look at that. It's kind of easier to look at the stuff other people need to fix versus, seeing what's in ourselves. I highly recommend go look and see where Pisces and Virgo is in your chart. Because everybody has it in your chart. So just go see what it rules over, because there's going to be big transitions in those areas. But it's going to be for like really positive, really like self-growth and like moving ahead, and not self-growth in like tower moment self-growth, you know what I mean? But it's just like reflection and finishing healing and all that stuff that, we've been doing. So I feel like we've been doing great, especially like with my followers, our little community, as far as healing ourselves and moving on and recognizing those things within us that may need a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of polishing, All right, let's see. What else do we have for the collective? We have the Ace of Wands sideways. I feel like also, I feel like there's a lot of things, like a lot of people are being inspired kind of at this time. Like there's a lot of things that are changing, but I also feel like some people are kind of bored and need to tap into those things that make them inspired. But also, since that came under the trapped and fear card, I feel like some of us or some of you guys or some people, humans, whatever the case might be, we all do it. So like whatever's clever. You get stuck in your head and you're afraid to move on because it's new, but yet it's exciting and you want to, but then you sit kind of on a teeter-totter. But, I just heard don't sit on the teeter-totter too long because it makes your butt hurt, which is kind of true. I mean, if you think about it, you sit on the teeter-totter, you may not even be moving, but you may just be going, all by yourself. You're giving yourself a great workout, but yet you're not going anywhere with it. And then also we have the 9 of Coins, but it was sideways as well. So I feel like some of us might be really involved within our work, right? And we're ready to see those fruits of our labor, but that transition is coming. Like it's coming up. Just keep working on what it is that you've been creating within yourself, whether it's moving on a new job, whether it's things of, like an advancement that you might want. Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe you're like just doing things for like different avenues of income. Because I feel like a lot of us are kind of really tapping into that kind of multiple source of income, or what can I do in order to set yourself up kind of like for success, for like a comfortable future, you know? But I also kind of feel like we really need to like tap into that your own inner strength, like your own inner power, like tap into like the truth. Like what is your truth? What is the truth of a situation? Are there things that you need to let go? Are there things you need to leave behind, you know, and just kind of move on? Maybe that you've been neglecting because you might be afraid of hurting somebody's feelings, or you might be scared of, you know, is this going to be fruitful for me? Sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith. And right now is the time to do it. And then you have the death card. It's at the ending of a cycle. It's moving on to a new one, right? It's change. Embrace those changes. Stand in your power. Don't be scared of it, right? I feel like the truth, once you lean in towards that truth of where it is that you're going, that's going to empower you. You know, it's going to flip it around. And then we have the Two of Coins, which is balance, like prosperity coming in. Balance the things and the priorities that you need to do to get you where you need to go, right? Be adaptable, be flexible. And that's also like, if you look at the planetary alignments, it's right where we're in. It's teaching us how to be flexible and to adapt and be patient. And maybe some of those, that could be something that we need to work on as far as being flexible. Because some of us is like, no, it has to be this way. When in reality, there's multiple ways of doing things, right? And one of those multiple ways of doing things, you might be kind of worried about it because you never done it before, but it might be a better way. It might be an easier way. Take the easier road sometimes. Not everything has to be hard, but I think sometimes we overthink things and make it harder than what it is. I know I'm guilty of that. And then I have to sit back and reflect and look at myself like, hey, self, maybe some of you guys need to have conversations with yourself sometimes. Don't worry about people think you weird. Who cares? Embrace your weirdness. I'm weird. I embrace it. It is what it is. I'm me. Embrace the weird side of things, you know, it makes it fun. Because if people weren't weird and there wasn't weird in the world and everything was just the same, that's boring. Ew. Hey, it's just me. How are you? What else do we have? But we need to be patient on those ideas, but those ideas are going to be fruitful because now the times are changing. You know, we're moving on into a whole new, I stated this yesterday, like a whole new karmic cycle is beginning. Like we're not going to be in those past karmic debts. We're completing up those cycles and everything's going to be, you know, jazzy. It's going to be a change. You're going to start noticing it soon, right? Then we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like, you know, some people need to cut out like kind of sneaky, deceptive ways, or think that they have to go about things in kind of a tricky way so that they can get the things that they want. But you don't have to do that. And that's not for everybody. That's just some people. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can just be upfront and honest and be like, look, dude, this is where it is and this is where I'm going. And, you know, just be very strategic with your moves. You don't have to be sneaky to be strategic, right? And that's what's going to help bring in this idea. Sometimes you have to embrace other people's ideas that you might be speaking to, because I see somebody speaking to somebody else that's very wise, like in the business world. And that's how like we grow, right? You have to like embrace people that are there. Some people need to start hanging around people that are already there. You know, have a higher standard or a higher caliber of people around you. That way, you know, you're not just kind of stuck, but you gotta embrace other people that have that wisdom. Embrace it. Don't see it as, oh, well, they won't know what I'm doing, or like, don't think that people are going to look down on you because you're asking them questions. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love to grill people, especially people that are really high in the business world. And I always want to know, like, I always ask them like 3 questions, right? And one of them is how did you get to where you're at? And what's your best word of advice? Like, if you could tell anybody anything, what is your favorite thing that you have learned along the way to inspire somebody else? Your best word of advice, your best word of guidance, in your opinion, from the obstacles and challenges that you went to get to where you're at. And like, you learn a lot of stuff, like you really do, because everybody has so many different viewpoints, because everybody's journey has been so different that it's really inspirational. You know what I mean? So I feel that it all has to be with like we're moving on to this new cycle. So don't keep yourself stuck. Like, release the past, release people that need to be released. Don't keep yourself stuck in this hangman energy, especially because things are going to change. Just because it's changing doesn't mean you have to be stuck, right? Change is exciting. Embrace it. I hope you guys, let me know if you can't hear me, because I know sometimes I talk quiet. People get on to me that a lot. They're like, what? I'm like, I'm talking normal. They're like, you're too quiet. So it's like, lean in. What else do we have? And I feel everybody has life stories. Like, even the person that you see that might be homeless on the side of the road. Not everybody's homeless due to like drug addictions or whatever they get. Some people just come in on hard times, you know what I mean? And you never know who that person is on the side of the road. That person could be, an angel in disguise, just seeing what you're going to do in order to bless you. You never know. Speak to people. I mean, I love to volunteer at like homeless shelters and stuff. And normally, I like to serve food and also help out my community. I work for the community emergency response team. And you meet so many people with so many different life stories. And some people that you wouldn't think have lived like these amazing lives, they've lived some really, really interesting lives. And they've been like all over the world. Just, shit happens. And sometimes, you go through shit. And sometimes you lose shit. And sometimes you're starting over at the very bottom and, you used to have it all and then you have nothing. And you just never know what got them to that point. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I've been there, like, shit, I've had it all. But also it's like sometimes you humble yourself and you do things for other people. Because my instance is kind of like, what's more important, You might have money, but is a life worth that money? If you can spend that money to save somebody's life, would you do it? My choice was yeah. You know what I mean? There was somebody very sick. My kid's grandfather's very sick and he didn't have money and didn't have insurance at the time and he needed heart surgery. And, some people might be like, oh no, well, we'll do what we can do. Or if they can't do that, and they want to hold on to things so tight, but it depends on the person. You never know what the person's situation is. And to me, I feel that, those few extra years my kids had with their grandfather was well worth it, So it just kind of depends on the person and where they're at, because you never know people's stories, and we go through struggles for a reason. It doesn't mean that you'll never be back on top. It just means, but for the moment, there's lessons to be learned and you're meant to go through this struggle for a reason. And, I don't know, it's cool. I mightn't change anything in my life or anything just due to the fact of you never know where you're going to go. And that's exciting. To me, it's like I embrace it. Sometimes, some lessons suck. And sometimes it makes you want to realize like, oh man, that was so cool. And we could just pick up and go or go on vacation or whatever the case might have you. But then I correct myself because then you're like living in the past. And it's like, why? Here's where you are now. And you're meant to be here for a reason. Because if things would have turned out differently, I wouldn't be here right now. If things would have been differently, who knows where I would have been. But it could have been a shitty situation, right? And maybe I wouldn't have learned all the lessons that I've learned to make me into the person that I am. You never know. Who knows? So I feel like things happen for a reason, I feel like we just need to follow like your heart. You have the Knight of Cups. I feel like somebody's coming towards you guys with like love. There's something with balancing of your money, like adapting, making these decisions and being really strategic, right? Don't, keep yourself stuck. Release what it is that you need to release, because that's what's going to embrace this power. This is the truth that you need to face, that whatever it is that you need to release that you might not think you're holding on to, but reality is you're still carrying it with you. That stuff needs to go because it's a whole new cycle, right? I just heard love yourself. Follow your heart on what is like or give a gift of love to yourself. And loving yourself can be releasing that of the past, releasing maybe regrets that you might have had, releasing things that you wish you could have done differently. Because honestly, if you did it differently, you wouldn't have learned the lesson. And maybe you're in a tough spot right now, but it can only go up. And I feel that those lessons are for, kind of like our highest good in a way, even though we might struggle a little bit more. But at the same time, it's also giving you different experiences and different chapters in your story that are interesting and exciting. And, once you persevere through, it's kind of like inspirational to others as well. we have the hierophant side, but I feel like a lot of us, as far as being strategic, listen to that inner voice, right? Tap into spirit. I feel that a lot of people are going into inspiring people that is around them, inspiring people in the community. It's kind of like you may do things in a non-conventional way, and some of us need to learn how to serve others better without being judgmental. That's what I also just heard. Because that's what's going to bring you into things that you never would imagine, because you don't know, like I said before, you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what lessons you're going to learn. And some people that you spoke to could give you the answers to this idea to bring it into a brighter future, and be bigger and better than what it is, right? Like I had a dream. I know this is long and it's off subject, but I don't know. It's very vivid. And normally I don't lucid dream a lot. It's very rare. But the past 2 nights I have. And I know that has to do with like Pisces and all that jazz. But I had to look up the meaning. There's a long crack. It's like I was exploring this house. And I know I was with somebody else, but I'm not quite sure who it was. But I know they were there. But there was something like I'm walking out of this old house and everything was very pristine, right? But it was like old type furniture, and there was a plant growing. It was along a wall on a table. I mean, this wall was like this, not bright red, but kind of not like really pastel-y red, but kind of like a dull type, not bright, but not really dark. It's kind of in between, kind of Pepto-Bismol-y looking, but not Pepto-Bismol, but it just kind of had that tone, but it was red, kind of like a older, like, I don't know, antique type look to it. And there was this long crack in the wall. And then that long crack, you could see the beams and the baseboards like of this house. And it was on the 2nd story. And I remember waking up because I jolted up awake. And it was before I was supposed to wake up. And I was just like up and energized and ready to go. And so I looked up the meaning of that. And it's like you're starting a new beginning. You've done your foundational work. And red could also be like a sense of, some people it means like anger, but it also means change. It also means like brighter opportunities are coming ahead. And it was just really freaking cool. But I had to research it because it kind of seemed like creepy, like the house is kind of creepy. Not everything is creepy, but if you look at it, it's like a whole new beginning and change. And then I had an epiphany and I was like, that's what it was. Because I was thinking about going, like still doing my tarot, but also like maybe changing the name so I can incorporate some of these other things that I do just because they're fun. And, why not take you guys along with me? Because why not? That way you can like broaden my channel and our little group to like, I don't know, just other things. Like whenever I go, rock hounding, or whenever I'm being goofy, in the woods, or, I don't know, cutting wood or covered in paint or whatever it is, just doing weird shit that I do because why not? It's fun. But anyways, I feel like, pay attention to your dreams and they have a meaning. And that's why we're going through these changes. And maybe like the conventional way isn't your way. Maybe you do things conventionally unconventional. And that's okay. It's good to chew. Embrace it, right? I feel that things that you're going to be doing, so you're going to be having, like, I feel a lot of people are healing and getting past those, especially here with the 4 of Cups. And I know we've already kind of touched on that, but just those things that are coming to light that we can, polish up about ourselves that we might not have realized that we're taking on with us that we need to release. And that's what's going to bring in this abundance here with the King of Coins. It's like you guys are going to be better providers for your family. You're going to be more in tune. You're going to be more self-aware who it is. And so once you're more self-aware, it's like there's nothing that you can be stuck about that's stuck in your head that you can't get past, or that might scare you, or think that you're not going the right direction. Like, embrace it, right? That way you can get to this prosperity and abundance, because we are like, things might be coming towards us, but we're also able, even though we know it's coming towards us, to change the reality of the outcome that was supposed to be, because that's the power of free will. And so possibly like you have this great stuff coming in towards you, right? This prosperity, this abundance, but then you don't go in the direction that you need to go because you're scared, and then everything changes. And then you're not where you wanted to be. And you're like, but you said it was coming. I knew it was coming. And then it didn't come. Or, you're living like, well, what if I did it this way? Well, don't live in the what ifs. Just go do it. And if you eat dirt, get back up and correct it. Eating dirt is, doesn't taste good. But once you spit it out, you kind of see like, oh, okay, that's where I tripped, right? Because you look back behind you like, hold on, what's here in front of me? What did I just trip on that made me eat dirt? And that way you can make sure you step over it and you keep on going and correct it. That way it's better, right? And we have the Queen of Coins sideways. I feel like some people need to be a little more practical with their ideas, a little more strategic with their ideas. Like you can have the grand picture, but how are you going to get to the grand picture, right? You need to work on like putting one step in front of the other is what I see, walking along. Maybe some people, because they see the ocean, need to take more spiritual baths. Or maybe somebody, if you live by the ocean, just need to take a walk by the ocean and sit down and enjoy the salty air. And that'll bring clarity into your ideas and like the steps that you need to take. You know, I feel like some people need to, in some instances, need to humble down and not be so, I don't know how to say it correctly. Like, jealous or like me. Maybe some people don't need to think that everything has to be centered around them, but work on embracing others around them, and that's going to help you on your journey. That's what's going to bring in that security to you. It's going to bring in that lot of the money that you're wanting, the comfort, the prosperity that you're wanting. Because prosperity doesn't always have to be, financially. Prosperity can be just prospering and being prosperous with your life in general and with your family and where you're going and being happy with who you are and where you are and where you're going. Enjoying the now and the moment instead of, it's not happening yet. Enjoy the now. That way more can come into you. That way you can attract more. You work on your manifesting. But once you manifest, you need to let it go and give it to the universe. And so that way the universe can work. I said, don't doubt yourself and where you're going. Keep on moving forward because you're moving forward into success here, right? Keep on working towards those, creative flowing ideas, those ideas you have that you feel like you may not be getting the results right now. The results are coming in. Right now is the time of getting ready for it to come in, right? So keep working hard. Keep doing your due diligence. Because things take time to grow, right? And as they're growing, you're being creative with these ideas and you're taking those steps and those motions going forward towards what it is that you want. Every step forward is another step closer. You might not be sprinting, but it's coming in. Because soon you're going to have so much crap to do that you're going to be like, holy moly. It's like you're stuck in a tornado and going fast, right? So embrace it. Embrace that creative side of you that's going to bring you into this success. Be disciplined with what it is that you do and, be tactful. Because there's going to be a lot of decisions that are coming up, right? Those things that you dream about are those things that you can bring into reality. Because if you couldn't do it or you couldn't bring it into your reality, then you wouldn't be dreaming about it, right? Because you wouldn't think that you could do it. So don't doubt your dreams. I feel like some people don't be stuck in your past. Embrace loving everything around you. Love people. Embrace love. It's the highest vibration, right? So love it. Love yourself. Because that's where you're going to be bringing in this fertile nature. Maybe somebody's going to be having a baby soon. Maybe you're just loving on yourself and growing yourself until peacocks might be significant. Because I see a peacock. You see them when they walk around. I used to have peacocks when I was little. And you may not see the beauty of them because a lot of times, peacocks poop on everything. They really do, especially on swing sets. But anyways, you'll see them walking, right? You may not think that they're as beautiful as they are. And all of a sudden they turn around and they fan out their tail. Well, the males do, right? And they fan out that tail and they shake them because it's kind of like the mating dance. But it's like getting the attention of the females. It's like you're getting the attentions of the universe and the things that you want, and you're flashing your tail feathers. Maybe you need to go shake your tail feather. I don't know. But it's a very beautiful time, right? Step into that Empress energy. Embrace it. Embrace being nurturing. Nurture the things that it is that you want. Nurture your family, right? Be fruitful and growing and taking the steps that it takes to grow. But you have to be patient because things take time to grow. It's not going to happen overnight. But in the same way, even though some things you take time and you work on it and you work on it and you work on it, you don't think it's going quick enough. But the reality is everything could change overnight. But you have to take those steps and keep working on it. And you might be like, whoa, everything just blew up overnight. This is amazing. But whenever you look back on it, you put one step in front of the other and you worked on it and you took those steps and you may not have thought it was moving quick enough. And then boom, it hit you. You don't know what hit you because it was just like, boom, that quick, right? Hey, that and co. So stay out of your head and keep going for those fulfillment of wishes. Keep doing the dreams. Look up your dreams. If you're dreaming and you remember something of it, write it down. And then research the different individual things in those dreams because it'll mean something totally different than what you might be thinking it means. You know what I mean? Maybe you're having lucid dreams of something in the future. Maybe you're stepping out of the 3D into the 5D, kind of like when you meditate. And that's a beautiful thing. You might be thinking you're having deja vu, but honestly, there's no such thing as deja vu. It's something that you've already done, something you've already lived. Maybe it's something that, you're like, wow, this is deja vu, but in reality, you might have had a dream about it. Or whenever you were meditating, you were out of the 3D and into the 5D. And so actually, it's like you're seeing a glimpse of the future, but you might have forgot about it. You feel like you relived it because it's already there. Because time, there is honestly, no such thing as time. We put that on it to grasp the sense of things because time is fluid, right? Like water. So that's what I have for our main message. So we're going to grab some Moonology cards and see what it has. You started dreaming again? It's just me? Yeah, I rarely ever have lucid dreams, but when I do, it's normally like the ones like I'm there but then like I wake up, but it's not like waking up startled or you wake up and you remember your dream. Normally it's just like, boom, I wake up and I'm automatically like sit straight up in bed. Like it's just like, like you wake up and you're like, crap, I'm late, but it's not me. Like I just wake up and I sit up. I'm like, oh, that was cool. And then I think about it so that way I remember it and I don't forget it, right? Or I write it down because they keep a spiral on my bed. A lot of times that was a lot of cards. I write things down, especially like if I think of it or numbers or stuff like that. That way I can look them up in order for like our message and things of that nature. Which I really have no idea what I'm going to call this still. Hence the title. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. You wrote it on a notepad on your phone? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's amazing, Jamie. If you're always lucid dreaming, I would work on controlling that. And like remembering it because you can control dreams, especially when you're lucid dreaming and you realize that you're lucid. Because me, I can realize that I'm dreaming. I don't know, it's weird. But yet I'm still not awake. Work on controlling that and looking around and seeing what it is around you to give you clues of directions that you need to go or what's coming up. I don't know. It's super cool. A lot of people do, and they lucid dream a lot. But me, it's kind of rare. All right, so the first one we have is don't let your past hold you back. That was your self-known. And then we have confidence is the key to your success. New moon in Leo. And then we have expect a powerful change. That's exciting. New moon eclipse. I love these. It's like my favorite deck. And on the bottom of the deck, step into your north node. Step out of your comfort zone. Our comfort zone's like more in our south node because we don't want to change. Change is scary, but I don't know. I find it exciting. Jade, that's what it is. I know I would remember it. Sorry, I really do have brain damage. I forget things a lot. Especially names. I'm really bad, but I remember faces all day long. Your name, I'll only remember like the first letter. Takes me a while. I'd be like, your name starts with this, but do I remember it? No. Anyways, jade, I have a bunch of pieces of jade that I went, which is like the hardest thing possible to mine, and it's really, really hard and it's difficult, but it was so much fun. But anyways, neither here nor there. Let's grab a couple angel cards and then we will move on, and I'll let you guys go because I know you're working and all that jazz, and I don't want to hold up your day too much. It's like you're watching a show. That's amazing. Look into the things that you see and the things that play out. and because it has meaning. You might be more powerful than what you think. You might be having dreams of something that's going to happen in the future, especially if you're set back like that. It's just me. That's super sick. I dig it. We have angel therapy. I know it's glaring. Yeah, I can't really read them either. But, is what it is. Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. I dig it. And then we have moon cycles. I think we got this the other day. Archangel Haniel. Notice the moon cycles, how they affect your energy and manifestations. Then capitalize upon them. And then we have creative writing. Archangel Gabriel. Make time to write down your thoughts and in a journal. And then, or like pen an article or a book. I'm guessing it's like, when you read articles, put like little pins in them for things that you remember. That might be great ideas that you might be having. So make time to write it down. I dig it. That's just what we were speaking about. And then clairvoyance. Helping you with your spiritual sight and awakening you fully to see clearly and see heavenly love. I dig it. This was an awesome read. Oh, I don't know if you've seen. Sorry, I'm sure that was loud. I'm going to show all the new people because at the beginning of this, I was talking about, one of those people that buys like people's old storages that might not have been paid, like auctions and stuff, and they did a bunch of dinosaur bones. But this is Tiny. He's one of my favorite little dinosaurs I have. And it looks like he's like in this little tiny dinosaur egg. But I love him. And he's amazing. And he's a little baby dino in an egg. So it's what it is. Hey, JH Beauty. Happy hump day. So yeah. Let me know if you guys like my weird stories. I'll keep telling them. I have a lot of them. I might do like another thing and just have like a thing of story times where I tell my weird stories and we can sit and we can chat and, share weird stories. It is what it is. I think it's fun. Let me know you guys' insight. I like your input. But that's what I have for you guys today. So if you guys are wanting a personal read, you love my story times. I know I have a lot of them, don't I? A bunch of weird stuff. I've had a very eventful life. So it's always, I don't know, I'm always into something. I'm always doing something. And, I like being outside. I like fun stuff. And, I embrace my weird. So it is what it is. I'm like, I'm going to do this. People look at me like, you're going to do what? I'm like, yeah, it'll be fun. Let's go. And they're like, no. I'm like, but it's really cool. Like, look, we're going to go down here, just wear like water boots because there's water moccasins. But we can find like really cool pictures and have cool pictures of snakes. And we can go dig in the dirt over here. The spiders won't hurt you. It's fine. And people look at me like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go. So I always do like Tasha. I always say, I'm like, I'll protect you. It's okay. We're going to go camping. We're going to go like find some cool stuff and take a picture. And there'll be like mountains. And she's like, but there's animals. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. They won't hurt you. Be a great photo op. So, I mean, it's fun. But I guess on that note, I'll start doing more of those. I was thinking about changing the name on here in about a month or so. Learning how to start, because I've always had a TikTok, but I don't understand it. Everybody has these really cool videos. I'm not a video editor. So like my videos are boring. I think I've posted 2 and I'm looking through it and I'm like, how do they make all these cool videos? I know it's something on TikTok with their TikTok-y stuff, but I guess I'm old or it's just because I'm not into social media. Like I don't look at other people's stuff. I'm really bad about it. I don't keep up with people's lives. Like I just happen to be on checking messages or posting something. It's like I'll post stuff, but then it's like I don't scroll down. So I happen to see one of your posts, like I'll like it. I'm all like support the team type of person, like good for you. Your pictures are great. But I suck at social media. I always have. I'm not a nosy person. it is what it is. So now I'm trying to learn this stuff because I have all these great ideas and something I want to do, and I have no idea how to use it. So if I make these videos that I want to do, they're going to be absolutely freaking hilarious because I do them anyways because, you know, I say weird shit all the time. So yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. So if any of you guys are like into TikTok and know how to make the cool TikToky videos, let me know. I welcome knowledge. So help me out if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. I'm working on learning. I'm trying. But yeah, I guess I'm like not up to the really cool times of knowing how to do all that stuff. Which I would like to make amazing content. Like, you know, we had our live reads the other day, and I just put in the comments like everybody's name in the order that it went in. You know why? I haven't figured out how to freaking make the marks and the tags on the whole YouTube thing. So I'm just kind of like, I'm one of those people who disturbs my peace. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Like, it's cool. But honestly, I need to embrace that. And that's one of those things I'm working on changing is my technical side. I'm not technical. I got a lot of great ideas and I can do a lot of stuff. You know, give me a song on something creative. You got a sink I can fix, like I'm down. I got you. You know, if you have wiring you need done on your motorcycle, you need it painted, boom, I got you. Like things of that nature, I'm good at. But as far as technical shit, trying to learn. It's not my strong point. If it works, I can work it, right? There's apps and I know how to do it. I can work it, but I have to learn. As far as creating shit and putting stuff together, if I don't know how to do it, I don't stress myself out. I'm one of those people, I'm just like, fuck it. It's cool. They like it or they won't. So I'm trying to embrace the more technical side of things and not being so, you know, it disturbs my peace. Screw it. I'm good. Oh, okay. I will. I had some. I think it's on the Tyrannosaurus Rex tracks. I think I have pictures of it. But I'm gonna have to look through my Google photos because I take a lot of pictures because I have different dinosaur, like smaller dinosaur skeletons and things that I find around each other. I keep them all in the same Ziploc bags. Yeah, I'm working on creating my little area in here now that like my dogs all passed away. So I'm still working on setting it up. I can't figure out how I want to set it up. I know I'm still kind of waiting because I think over by like in my house is like my front door and then my stairs, and I have a large bay window, but then I have a shelf that I painted. And it has a lot of my tools and things of that nature. I have a lot of rocks that I still need to clean because my power washer broke, and I don't know. I haven't done it yet because I haven't had a need to them. And I just looked there, interviewed. I'm like, wow, those are so pretty. And I just found a ton, like a huge rock. I had it wrapped up in a towel because I was cleaning it and I didn't finish cleaning it. So I want to let it dry out because of the material that they're like blue phantom crystals. That's where it came from, that seam. And so the material that's on, like it degrades a lot. It's not really solid. So when you wash it, like it washes away. And I was losing crystals. So I just wrapped it up in a towel and realized that it was underneath my mirror, which, you know, that also attracts. It's really great for like spirituality, like attracting and whatnot. And it's in front of my mirror, which probably isn't the best idea. And I totally forgot it was there. It's been wrapped up in this towel. And I was like, I wonder which one I had in here. I wonder if it was this or if it was this. So I opened it up because I haven't looked at it in a while. And then I realized what it was. I was like, good job, self. That's probably not really all that smart. It's like, here, welcome, create a portal. Welcome to my room. You already bugged me enough, but, you know, come on. I know, that's funny. You love weird stories? Oh, I dig it. But I'll see if I can find it. I know I've taken pictures of it before. If not, the next time, because my transmission went out, so it is what it is. On my car, I haven't been able to get it fixed yet. So, yeah, whenever I go back, I'll definitely take pictures if I haven't already, if I haven't found one. But yeah, I'll start showing you guys that stuff if it intrigues you. I've got a bunch of funny stories in it all. So yeah. Oops. I know, right? That go. That's so funny. Aw, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. You don't have to worry about it. I was thinking also, since we're on here and I'm rambling, because I'm good at that, possibly doing lives tonight. Let me know what you think, or maybe even possibly Friday, because it was raining today really bad. It was thunderstorming. Now it's bright and sunny and it's pretty, and I'm gonna go outside and get some stuff done. And then, I love the rain, so it makes me charged up. I don't know what it is. Like it'll be thunderstorming. I'm like, yeah, so excited. I'm like, bring on the tornadoes. Whoa. So Friday is supposed to be raining and thunderstorming, so I'm super stoked. So I was thinking about just doing lives like Friday night. But if you guys want to do like some live reads tonight, this afternoon, let me know. It'll be like probably, I don't know, 5, 6. You guys will probably hear my kids screaming, all that good stuff. But, screw it. I have a ton of kids. It is what it is. I'm very fertile. That's why I had to get that fixed. It's my blood mixture. You sneezed on me. I was like, it's yours. Oh, yeah. That baby's yours. They were like, what are you talking about? I just sneezed. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, I'm Black, Puerto Rican, and German, and there's a little bit of Indian in there. Yeah, I'm like a Heinz 57. I'm a mutt, but a very fertile mutt. So, I had to get the tubes done, figure out, fix that problem. Because it's like I was on birth control with all my kids, right? If a condom broke, no matter if I'm on birth control, tried it all, the pill, the shot, whatever, didn't matter. Condom broke, I'm pregnant. One of those. So yeah, it's my kid's grandpa, so I have to answer that. And aw, 22. Congratulations. Happy birthday. It's gonna be 22 there. Is it 60s today? Yeah. Texas is totally bipolar, dude. Like, yesterday was 80 and then woke up, it's like around 59. I think it's gonna get close to 80 today. But it's gonna be really pretty. And I think it's supposed to have a cold spell, possibly tomorrow or Friday. It's supposed to be in the 40s. They said it was gonna be in the 40s today, but then they changed it overnight and it's still like in the 70s. So totally dig it. It's humid as hell in my house though. So yeah, it's not great if you work with resin or anything, but it's a nice day to go outside and like, I don't know, a sweatsuit, like one of the ones that make you sweat because the humidity. Yeah, shrink yourself down a little bit. Put on your waist trimmer, go outside, do something active. Definitely you'll sweat. It's great for that, start working on your swimsuit body, all that jazz. It's like your homemade sauna right out the back door. But anyways, I love you guys. So let me know if you guys possibly in the next comments, because I didn't see all these, if we want to do live tonight, wait till Friday, whatever the case might be. But I'll definitely be back today. We might do another live read or something like that, just because, I don't know. It rained. I'm energized. I feel spunky, so let's do it. So if you guys want a personal, all the information is in the little description box. This description, that box. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. It does help the algorithm, helps the channel grow. Subscribe. Keep finding yourself coming back. Why not? Can't hurt nothing. All you'd have to do is unsubscribe. You find that you don't like staying at the channel. But I hope that you will. Because we're gonna do some weird fun stuff on here. We're going to change the name soon. So there's going to be tarot and then other crazy adventures that I go on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super stoked. I thank you guys for being here. And also, you guys stay epic, stay fabulous, stay blessed, and stay awesome. And until next time, I'll see you again. More than likely later today. Bye, guys.